Om. Namaste. Welcome everyone to Satsang today. And welcome all also to the many friends who are joining us today for Satsang from different parts of the world. A big welcome to you, and very good. We had a break last Sunday, so it's nice to be back again. You want to come? Please come. Why is that? You can't show up on a date like that.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't exist. It's all just in my dream. It took me 1.5 hours to get here from Maravillas.
Oh, really? How is that?
I don't know, I was just walking through the mountains somewhere. It was really beautiful. And then I felt like I'm in heaven and I'm not there, and those two disappeared, and they're also just in my dream. You're in my dream. Yeah.
Are you in your dream?
Yes, kinda. This, not really. Yes and no. Yes. Yeah. There's nothing.
Yes.
There never was, and there never. Yeah. I was on the way back and just singing Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Totally alone in the mountains. I don't know. And then I was just saying, Muji, where's Monte Sahaja? And Monte Sahaja doesn't exist. So, yeah.
What exists?
I exist. I'm you.
That's very good. How is our new friends going to understand what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good.
Can I? Oh God. Can I sing you something?
Yes.
What do you want to hear?
I don't mind.
Me neither.
What you like.
No. Let's see. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah Om. Shivaya Namah Om. Shivaya Namah Om. Shivaya Namah Om. I love you, my beloved.
I love you too.
What the heck? Thank you. Can I stay like this?
Can you stay like that? Yes.
Okay.
Inside. Inside you stay.
Thank you.
Come. Right.
Hi, Miji.
Hi.
I'm going back to Australia in a couple of days, and I just really feel, especially after the retreat, I feel I need to check in with you.
Yes.
First of all, every morning of the retreat, I cried with gratitude. Sometimes I didn't even realise I was doing it. I just touch my face and realise. The first time I sat in Satsang with you was probably 3.5 years ago in Tiru. And at that time, I only knew your name before you came. I'd been in Tiru a couple of months before you got there, sitting with a few teachers, and Muji came, and there was a bit of resistance because there were so many people, and the other satsangs there was only 10, 12. And then I started coming to you, but part of me was in satsang, part of me was in the chai shop, if you know what I mean. Which was fine, and that's kind of what I was ready for then. But it wasn't till probably the last week of satsang, and then after I left to go back home, that it really started to deepen. And I knew, okay, this is for me. And then straight away I ended up on a detour in South America. But in a way that I kind of used that to confirm you are my master. So I don't regret that either. And so there's no doubt you're my master, my head's at your feet, always. And then the last time I sat in this chair, I asked you a fake question. I came to Monte Sahaja and I was like, okay, I've only got a month. I need to make the most of it. And a couple of days before the first satsang, there was this burning. I had to get up. And then, so in the first one, I probably looked quite cool on the outside, but I was like, oh, you know. And then you didn't pick me first, and then I started thinking, well, you got to have a question. You're going to be one of those people who just gets up and says, I don't have a question, and just kind of smiles at you. And then, so by the end of satsang, towards the end, I'd figured out a question, and it was kind of vaguely about surrender. And by the time you picked me, I had the rehearsed version down and got up, and I still fluffed the rehearsed version. But as soon as I started talking, I knew it didn't have any power, and I felt like a bit of an idiot. And then after it, I felt like a bit of an idiot, and then I thought, okay, no, this is good, because it made me realise, leave the questions, keep quiet. And so that's what I did. And then during the retreat, there's a young, towards probably the second last night, a young lady, she's actually here today, got up and asked you, or she told you that she seemed to be caught up with the question, can the perceiver be perceived? And even though I'd heard that question before, it was like, it's here, it's arrived. And and I thought, okay, I need to really listen to this one. And that was very moving. And just how you were leading her so beautifully right to the door, seemingly, and then coming from another direction. And I thought, okay. And at the time, I couldn't quite follow when you were guiding her. I was trying to follow, and then I'd somehow get knocked off, and then I'd be like, okay, I need to sit with this question tomorrow. So the next day, I sat with it a couple of times, but I got to a point where there was like the perceiving presence and like the void or the screen or whatever you want to call it, and anything that was arising, I was letting go, and then I kind of got to a point of stillness where I thought, okay, can the perceiver be perceived? And I tried to turn my attention around to look within. But what I found was it was kind of like I was in a swivel chair, and the kind of, let's say, the screen or whatever was there, and it was like, and I couldn't, it was like trying to turn a mirror around to catch its own reflection. So I thought, okay, that is some kind of effort that's not going to work. Mm-hmm. And then I thought, okay, I'll just leave it and try and draw the attention inward. And also that didn't seem to work because there was some kind of effort there. And then I was like, oh God. I was like, okay. So I left it for the day, and then the next day was the last satsang, very last satsang in the morning. And in that satsang, there was this kind of energy of, what am I going to do when I leave, going around. And I think the first lady that got up, she was like, she was going to be devastated when she left. And then something happened. And it was like that shift happened, whereas I was, and I have talked to you in the past about, blah, blah, blah. I have I sit in meditation and blah, blah, blah. I can't stay there. I can't stay in that sense of presence, boo-hoo. And then that switch in that satsang came, and I realised I can't leave. I can't leave this space. And I was like, yeah. And, you were talking about the mind's not going to be waiting at the gate for you, or will the mind be waiting at the gate? I thought, get to the airport. The mind's there holding a sign saying, Tony, hi, Tony. And I'll be like, no. Like, look, I've got your baggage. Like, don't want that. So I felt like, okay, this... And I felt since I've been in your presence this last month, my understanding has developed very rapidly without effort. And without me even kind of realising till certain things come. And then this kind of wave of it was kind of like a quiet elation. It was very simple. And I was like, okay, I can never leave this. Great. And I realised that like the belief in the person is flipped around. Like before I believed that was the reality, and now I'm convinced the presence is the reality. So is that kind of, I could only kind of come and go from this presence when I believed that thing.
Yes.
So that was like great, and I was kind of happy. Okay, that's something, I felt like I was satisfied with that realization. And we went to Zambujira the next day, left the retreat, spent that next day, and the bliss was still there. And then the next morning I was sitting there having coffee, watching the ocean, and just in this kind of elation and thinking, oh, maybe this is it, maybe this will just stay, and somehow I'll be more aware of when I'm in the person, and even the mind saying, I hope this stays, I could see as a stepping stone for the mind wanting an invitation back in. But then I realised all that is still perceived. The elation, even the wisdom of you can't leave.
And even now it's like this?
No, because then that question came back. The question, can the perceiver be the perceived? And I was like, okay. So the bliss is kind of, I'm still...
But then the question itself is perceived also.
Yeah.
In a sense,
yeah.
isn't it? I mean, everything was to do this,
Yeah.
to bring you again
Yeah.
only to yourself
Yeah.
in this undeniable fact.
Yes.
The undeniable fact that whatever arises for you, whether it is some thought or some feeling, some sensation, some great idea, philosophy, a great belief, something from the past, something allegedly coming from the future, something about the present, all of it is only phenomenal. All of it is only phenomenal, which means what? It is only an appearance. It is only an appearance. Of course, you cannot go around life and tell your family, you're all an appearance. You don't do this, This is a very private thing for you. You understand this inside, but it doesn't just happen. If you are convinced inside that all that is arising, it is an appearance within you, including the idea you have of who you are is also an appearance in that. And you also automatically understand that this knowledge is not something that you can just give to somebody, that they must themselves unfold in that understanding, you see. And then you keep it inside. Then you're only it. You're not even sharing it. Even sharing, how can it be shared and by whom even, you see? Yeah. So you simply keep quiet and something is marinating in itself. It's just becoming more juicy inside itself. And you may have the feeling, I don't understand anything, I don't really know anything. I don't even know what it is to know something. I don't even know what it is to know something. We have all, from childhood, we have learned to say, yes, I know this thing and I know that thing. And at a certain level, it is fine, because you will continue speaking like that on some level. But at a deeper place of understanding and experience, here is something very pure. Not even knowledge is there. Not even knowledge is there. It is so pure. It's pure innocence, you can call. Beyond even the concept of innocence is here. Then the mind says, but what use is that? What good is that? Help me to get a better job? No. Would it help me to get the right partner in life? No. What is it going to do for me? For you, nothing. You're kind of, if you even have the ears to hear the mind in this way. Now, to say these things even here, and I know that somehow this may be just above the head of some people, might feel, but what are you guys talking about? Could somebody let me in on the secret? Because I don't know what is the code. Is there some special language going on? Because we don't understand anything about what you're speaking. I say, I'm speaking about you. I'm speaking about you. Even though you say, I don't understand, but I just don't understand the words. Maybe it's different words. I said, don't worry about it. Don't try too hard. Just sit where you are. Forget about it. Keep quiet. There are many ways in which understanding comes alive in us. Not always through words only. Words have a place because through words, through concepts, we develop a lot of ignorance, a lot of ideas. And in the same way, through some words, you will come out of the ignorance. But in the end, you will keep no word. There is a saying that if you step on a thorn, like a rose bush, you step on a thorn, it goes off in your foot, and you can't get it out. This broken thorn is in your foot. Then you may get another thorn and use this thorn to take out the one inside the foot. When you take the one out of your foot, you take both of them and you throw them away. Isn't it? So the first thorn is the thorn that is to do with a lot of nonsense that we pick up in life that makes us believe we are this, we are that, and so on. And then you have to take another thorn, a thorn of wisdom, to remove the thorn of ignorance. And then you would throw both of them away. And then what is going to be left? Just you. And this you, this self, and nobody know. It cannot be known. Even your parents think, I know her. No, it's not the self they know. They know the personality. They know the idea they have of who you are. And you also know the idea you have of who you are. But neither of these ideas is complete. It's not the truth. And if life is going to be something that is permanently beautiful, it will have to be to discover yourself beyond imagination. Discover the truth beyond imagination. Where is it? Until I discover the truth, where is it? Well, it's right here. It's right there. And it is so natural. It must be some sort of spell, we say. It is so natural. It is like looking for your spectacles while you're wearing them on your head. Has anybody seen my spectacles? Or even more, it's like looking for your spectacles while you're wearing them. Has anybody seen my spectacles? And maybe a child might say, is it not the one you're wearing? And you go, oh my God. It's going to be a bit almost as obvious as that. Then what could make such a mistake? The question came back. But you were there before the question come back. So the question come back, can the perceiver be perceived? But what perceived the question that is asking, can the perceiver be perceived? Isn't the perceiver also? It is already perceived even. If you don't find this, somehow you're connecting, don't worry, it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes we are so accustomed to a certain way of thinking that this just seems radically strange. Like, I mean, why would you want to ask, who really am I? I'm me. And yeah, but me is what exactly? And nobody asks this question. Even the leaders of your country don't ask this question. Even the king or the queen of your country has not asked this question. Your parents, they've not asked this question. Your teachers at university have not asked this question. Who am I? Who believe I am a teacher at university? Who exactly is that? Why? Because nowhere on the planet is it required that you know who you are. Only is required who you think you are. Who you've been conditioned to believe you are. Then that is the universal currency. In any country you'll go. You have a passport, okay, that's you, okay, good. Date of birth, that's good, check in. Education, good, check in. Fingerprint, check in. That's enough. We know you. We know enough about you. You go in that queue. What is left? In your case now, you say, it was fine, I'm listening. During the retreat, boom, it came very clear. But whatever comes, it must report to the perceiver. Otherwise, how can it be perceived? Whatever it is that you say, this has been my experience, obviously it has occurred to you and you have accepted this thing is true or not true. It is very simple, but it's maybe put in a way that seems like it's the most complicated thing. And yet it is the most simple, and it is our mind that is complicated. You feel a drop of rain. To experience it is nothing at all. It's there. To analyze the experience is very complex. To experience the thing is very simple. We have developed an identity, and we are now trying to understand the identity, which is a construct.
So now I'm at the point where I've tried to sit with, can the perceiver be perceived? And I've watched that satsang a few times, quite a few times. And when you're saying throw everything out of the house, the house is on fire, get rid of everything.
And you are what again who is doing this?
Yeah, exactly. It's still me having to throw things out, the little me, and then I'll get to a point where
this you who is have to throw things out and stuff, is it not also perceived at times?
Yes.
So once it is perceived, will you still stay in this position? If you perceive that, that was just my imagination about what I'm doing, will you go back to the imagination? Because some people, they have a dream, and they do something that's very exciting, and then they have to wake up. And that was just a dream. But the dream is still in them, and it's sweet. And they want to finish it off. And they go back to bed again.
Yeah.
They continue part 2.
Yeah.
Right? You can do. Once you see that something is a dream, how will it perpetuate? How will you continue? You see, but that's not true. But it's also perceived. Then automatically, it is because you're in your natural place that you can observe that is not true.
Yeah.
So how will that thing continue?
Yeah. It will only continue by me giving it attention.
Yes, and you who give it attention is what? You must establish your identity. Something can only be powerful. One of the most powerful things you can do is to give anything your attention. Isn't it? You give anything your attention and it comes to life. It becomes important. It comes into focus. It starts to matter. It's important. Without your attention, does it exist even? Without your belief, does it exist even?
No.
Experientially, no. Maybe as a concept you say, yes, it must somewhere exist. But experientially, no.
So everything that will come, I will leave it, but then something else always comes to leave. Something else always comes to leave, and then I'm kind of
something will always come if there's a you waiting to see it come.
Yeah.
If you have no interest in something, it cannot grow in reality for you. When I say interest, I don't mean that you necessarily like a thing. You may hate it. It's just as much interest. You see? You think it matters to you. So therefore, it gives a certain respect and an importance to
Yeah.
it, a significance to it.
Yeah. I was feeling like when I kind of got, I'm kind of like, this question is feels
I
like
is what again? I. Just clarify
Okay.
each time. Just clarify.
Yeah.
Who are you speaking
It's
as?
the person thinking.
Yes. Yeah. Is it consistent? Is a person thinking reliable? Because it says many things, like this is really important, man. And then half an hour later, it's like, what is that? It's not important. But you said half an hour ago it was really important. Yeah, but it's just how it felt at the time. The person and the person's feeling is not reliable. It is always waves of feelings, thoughts, interpretations like that. So why should we take it seriously?
Mm.
Suppose you employ someone as a cook, and then when they show up, you find them, they're really, I'm sorry, I prefer playing basketball actually. So, but we employ you as a cook, no? Say, yeah, but I just like to cook on Wednesdays. Yeah, actually, on Thursday, I like to play basketball. You see? So, okay, but you say you're a cook. Yeah, but... But it is like that. What you say about yourself keep changing. It's not true. Like you say something is really important and this is a life and death situation, and then we show up emergency, and then you're inside the kitchen, frying bacon. And I said, but you're supposed to be dying. You say, it felt like that half an hour ago. You got the full rescue services outside your door, and you're quite fine. You invite them, come for cups of tea. I said, well, we're not here for this, man. We come to save your life. Because you say, this is the most important thing to me. This is our personality is. It is not reliable. It is not consistent. So why should we give so much importance to it? Because you feel there's nothing else apart from personality. What is there? I don't know anything else. All I know is what? That I feel like I feel right now. But if I ask you, okay, it's now 3:41, at 3:45, what will be your feeling? What you want to be experiencing? What you going to say? You say, well, it doesn't work like that. And yet, you're planning your whole life like that. Who can control their thoughts or their emotions, their feelings? Can you determine what you will think, what you will feel, what will be important for you in the next half an hour or not? You don't know. At least admit it. But we are, yes, on Thursday I'm having lunch with Margaret. I said, what is that? And we are preoccupied so much with this idea. Supposing you admitted, I don't know absolutely anything at all. I don't know anything at all. I don't know if I'm going to have the next breath, or when the next thought, what the next thought is going to be, a nice thought or not a nice thought. And I have proof of it, because if I ask you 3:42 exactly this morning, what were you thinking? I was sleeping. Okay, 3:42 yesterday afternoon, what were you thinking? You just say, come on, that's just, please leave me alone, that's too much. I can't remember what I was thinking. I can't remember anything. You see? And yet, you're fighting with people about what happened 10 years ago. And last week, I had a fight with you and you said this to me, and I'm still burning. But I ask you what you was thinking 5 minutes ago. You don't even know. You cannot bring it back. It's not alive. So the only way you can do it is somehow to register it in memory. You press save, and this is important to me. And it will keep on coming up from time to time and seem like it's real. But none of it is real. So my question is, what if you admitted nothing at all? I don't know anything at all. Just for 1 minute, then you can go back again. For 1 minute, don't know anything at all. Nothing. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know who exactly I am. I mean, I can say that I'm John Brown and I live in Lisbon. I was married before, but that's not who you are. That's maybe what you've done and what you were told. So you don't know anything at all. Suppose you don't know anything at all for 1 moment. Should we play a little game? But just for 1 minute, you don't know anything at all. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know where who I'm supposed to be, what I will like in the future. I don't know anything about me for one moment. I don't know what religion is. I don't know what God is. I don't know what the devil is. I think I do, but somehow he's not here right now, so he's not around all the time. I don't know anything at all. They call me John, but I don't even know what John is. They say I was born on the 29th of January, but I just don't have any evidence of that. I mean, I don't remember that. I just accept it because somebody told me. I was not remembering I was born. What date is it, Doctor? 29th of January. Okay, I don't know anything at all. So let's just try it for a second. I don't know anything at all. Let's give each other permission to just don't know anything at all for a minute. I see some people looking at me like this. And maybe if I ask you, what do you think? Is nothing at all, actually. So you don't know. And there's no effort at all to know anything. And honestly speaking, how are you? How are you? You don't know one peanut. Don't know anything at all. And you're not being judged for it. Yes, yes. Has there been anywhere in life that has given the permission to be nothing? Don't know nothing at all. Don't know who I am. Nothing at all. Are you worried? Well, I don't know what worry is, actually. What is worry? I don't know what it is. Is there strong resistance? Is there fear? Shame? Embarrassment? Do you feel stupid? I don't know anything at all. I'm supposed to know something, but I don't know anything at all. Try it and see. I think somebody got it. Maybe you're just too afraid to allow yourself to just exhale. I mean, I can do that. I mean, I can admit that I don't know anything at all. I mean, I have a lot of ideas, but I cannot say I know what they are. Actually, I want to tell you, the Buddha's mind is just like that. An awakened being's mind is just like that. Wasn't there one man they called Socrates? And he say apparently, they ask I don't know anything at all. This much I know is that I don't know anything at all. And they say, he's wise. He's wise. But who would even say he's wise? Except must be someone who understood the power of that. Because he's not known to be stupid. What actually apparently was known to be a threat. The one who knows nothing at all. Everybody was afraid. He knows nothing at all. We all know something, but he knows nothing at all. Let's get rid of him. Why would you want to get rid of somebody who knows nothing at all? Because it was so powerful to be in the presence of one who knows nothing at all. And he was simply apparently asking people, I don't know anything, but you seem to know something. Could you tell me what you know? Because I don't know. And they were going, poof. Is it a joke? Or can you check for yourself? Maybe you started this and just think, you know what, I think I better not go. I just watch others to see if they just vanish, basically. And then, if they're still here, maybe I'll try a little bit more. What is it? Huh? Because nowhere in our culture is any encouragement to leave everything and don't know anything at all, relax, You're not going to be fired. You may not get hired, but somehow we leave you alone. So I would recommend something like this for everybody. Because anybody can do it. Leave everything alone for a moment and see if it hurts. I leave everything alone and oh my God, I don't know anything. See if it hurts, or if clumps of your brain is falling out or something. See if it happened. And see if you are devastatingly unhappy. It's worth a try. What will happen? Someone will speak with you and you found that somehow answers are coming, responses are coming, but I don't think I'm actually doing even the responses. It just seems like it's happening. Otherwise, we are so busy strategizing life, existence, imagining what needs to be done even before it even arrives. If somebody throws you a very hot potato, will you stop and analyze? I wonder what I should do. Should I put it over there or no? You will not. You will. They'll be very spontaneous in that moment.
I was going to go further and say I think there's something blocking me. My yes doesn't feel to be 100%, but now I don't even know what yes means.
Yes. Maybe we are confused by the simplicity of all of this. Because we certainly expect, that, I have got some spiritual mountains to climb, some spiritual gymnastics to do, to become like a kind of Jesus or a Muhammad or, a Buddha. I mean, it's not for plain old ordinary people like me. I must be able to sit with my legs around my neck or something for a bit, or I can, meditate for 10 hours non-stop, or not speak for 2 days, which is unbearable for some people. We put some conditioning on that. I cannot be that, because what is a Buddha, by the way? A superhuman? What is like a Buddha? Because everybody, even non-religious people, have heard about Buddha, or they've seen an image of some guy sitting like this. What is the symbol? What does it mean? Because he passed away allegedly 2,500 years ago from the body, but still the T-shirts are doing very well. And everything is doing. I mean, what is it about the Buddha that we are so fascinated about? Because it seems to appeal to human beings from every nation. The Buddha represents what? They say the height of the human experience. And what was that? He was completely empty internally. He wasn't a walking encyclopedia. He wasn't a technician. One who was entirely empty of intention, of idea, of identity, and yet with such a powerful presence that those who came in his presence felt peace. Many of their problems just dissipated without even any teaching, just to be in the atmosphere of one whose mind was at peace. Maybe people don't know that. It's still for many people just an image of a guy who sits down and he's quite, well, he's not doing anything, isn't he? You never see a Buddha with a pickaxe or something, or, at the computer working something out. It's always like this. And it is like a reminding somehow, an inspiration that a human being can be peaceful. And you see it in offices also around the world. I don't think anybody wants to employ a Buddha, actually. But they have the Buddha there to remember, listen, take it easy, guys. Stay centered, be in touch with yourself. Because when you are, you will still work, it's okay. It doesn't mean that if you are centered in the heart, you are just going to live for the rest of your life in a hammock. Just sort of eating grapes or something. Life goes on. Even without the idea, I want to do this or I don't want to do that. Somehow, actions will happen through this body. Interactions will happen with other beings. Reactions will happen spontaneously. Everything is there. Who will find out? If you merely speculate, you will not find out. If you imagine, you will not find out. If you have the money to go on the most expensive retreat, you will not find out. Not because of that, but because something inside says, yes, I'm up for this. Something has touched my heart, I don't know what it is. Like falling in love. Something touches your heart. And to nobody it makes sense why you are so totally in love with a gorilla. But for you, I don't mind. I just, Mom, my new boyfriend, whatever. If that love touches your heart, you don't see what others hate. You see only love. Only love is inside your heart. It's not a scientific thing. It's not a mathematical thing. You said no. Like that, somehow my question was breaking up because of this invitation to don't know anything at all. Then were you suffering? Did you think, Mooji has frustrated my question and I really want to get to the bottom of this?
A tiny bit, maybe.
What happened? You were perfectly fine. You're not even conscious about being any particular person or something. And then the idea come back and you had to pick it up like a person. And then you start to ask from the position of a person, how do I become a non-person? Yeah. You see? And then you're in big complexity, big frustration. I want to connect with this understanding with someone here. Not Mr. or Miss Average, but someone here who has a sense that you're standing in the presence and in the heart of the infinite within your own self. Not how do you do that and what if and will I be able to, not bargaining, but having a sense that there's something magnificent about your life. There's something maybe not understood exactly, but that there's something magnificent about being alive. Something most profound. And it's not just a pile of knowledge, not a pile of concept, Because the Buddha, the Christ, sat on the earth just like we, had blood just like you, had lungs, and a heart just like you, looked at the same sun, sat under the same trees, looked at the moon, tasted water just like us. What is different? Something was willing to look beyond the little me, the little idea we have of who we are, struggling on the planet to make ends meet. So we speak like that. Make sure you pay your bills on time. That is a part of it too. But don't put that on the front page of consciousness, that you're only here to survive. That's a very small thing. There is no great secret. There is no great secret being held from you that is not already in you. We were talking today, one friend, yesterday, and somehow that it appeared like maybe there are people in this life that is keeping the truth away from the others. And I said, no. They don't know the truth. They know truth about practical things, or maybe keep something in order to manipulate, but it's all phenomenal. It's all about quality. It's all about things. Hide this thing, tell you this thing. But they are not the keepers of truth. They are themselves many times steeped in ignorance also of the truth. Don't you believe that any politician, any preacher, anybody like this knows the truth and is keeping you from the truth? Don't believe that the Pope knows the truth and is keeping you from the truth. The Pope does not know the truth. Not like that. Because he is the Pope. Okay? We have a lot of nonsense, a lot of things. Because anyone who knows truth is true and has nothing in your heart but to make your life an offering to life. Not to manipulate other beings, to stifle their growth, to make them feel small, to control them. That is not the one who knows the truth. It has never been like that. You are truth. You are the spirit and you are true. But don't limit this to your person. Your personality is also not true. We have had a lot of identity in our life. You believe you are so many different things, and you are none of them. Now many of these ideas, you have outgrown them. You forgot about them. But maybe once upon a time you'd go to war over your identity. You would do so many things because of identity. And now, where is it? It's nothing. That was an old dream. Another old dream. Another old dream. Everything worn out. Now, this one also may be present dream also. You're afraid to die. Oh. Many people, when they are coming into this understanding, they say, I think I'm going to die. I say, no, for the first time, you're not going to die. Huh? What is going to die is what is untrue about you is dying. But because you have a relationship with these ideas, you feel you are going to die. But when you know the truth cannot die. It is the lie that dies. It is the untruth that dies. The truth cannot die. The truth is not a person. It cannot be limited, although it can appear in the form of a person. But it itself is not a person. As I said, we are old-timers at life and death. You've died many times to what is untrue, what is unreal. Every day, something inside dies for the sake of the true, in order for you to remain fresh. Stale things must die. What is untrue must die. And those of you who feel a strong dedication, a strong devotion to what is true, will witness even more of the untrue vanishing, of the unreal passing away. Automatically, spontaneously, it's happening. These are simple things, but tremendous in their effect. I say sometimes consciousness creates the sense of a problem in order to experience transcending it. Maybe this is life. Everything is too perfect. We have to create a sense that something is a problem in order to have the taste and the experience of transcending this problem. But then somewhere along, the so-called projection is deeply identified with and believed to be a person. And then some stuckness comes. When you say I, the most natural thing, I, what is it referring to? You say I. Is it personal or impersonal? I is one of the names of God. I am. I am. And all of us say I am. And nobody taught you I am. Your parents did not name you I am. And almost with everything you say and think, you feel I do, I think, I want, I am. But I am is not understood what I am is. And I am has been converted to feel I am my body. The body doesn't know it is I am. Something says I am the body. But I am is not the body. And I am is not really the mind. It is something sacred in you, something pure. From the place of I am, all that I am not directly is perceived. The sense I am does not need to connect with any other thought, like I am a doctor or I am a housewife, I'm a priest. No, I am just as I am. Feel that sense, just I am. But don't add anything else to it. Don't let it connect with any thought or any quality. Feel this natural sense, I am. But don't go to the past, and you will see something. The mind is itching. The mind is itching to suggest, but this is uncomfortable. I need to be something. But the sense is only I am. What is I am? Don't give it to your mind. Feel. Also, your seeming problems, they are momentary, but in the mind you take a kind of psychic portrait or photograph, and then it seems like it's something that's real. That it won't go away. Okay. That. Very good.
Hello, Muji.
Hi.
It was really a very wonderful retreat, and I want to thank you for having all of us
Very good.
to do that. I usually don't remember my dreams, but the other morning after the retreat, 2 days after the retreat, I was in a very peaceful place and feeling very good, and still do. I had this dream where I was flying up in the sky with a group of others who were at the retreat, kind of like the laughing yoga, where you say we're up higher than the arrows can get us. It was very beautiful, over the ocean. And then I was all of a sudden on the ground in the dream, and this entity was trying to get up inside my solar plexus. It was trying to, like you see in some science fiction thing, get behind there and take possession of me. And so I ran, then all of a sudden I couldn't fly anymore, but I ran up a tree kind of like a monkey. And then I'm yelling, help, and really loud, but so loud I was actually doing it. And I could also perceive from the dream I was really yelling. And so everybody in the dormitory wakes up and it's like, what's going on? And, and ask my wife, does he always, no. And, and so I'm from that world of my consciousness or subconscious calling out to, I think, I don't want that ego entity back in there, maybe it can be somewhere on the side if I need it, but I don't really want it in my solar plexus anymore. So I wanted to ask for your help and to stay with this.
Let's look at it. Yes, maybe we can get rid of something today like that. Let's imagine that you maybe have this like a dream or a feeling that something is about to possess you. Okay, let's imagine it could be a dream or an actuality. Okay, something moves inside and it's taken over. It's taken over. What has it taken over? What can it take over? Let's try. What could it take over? It take over your body. It starts to move. You're talking and suddenly something. You say, "My God, I don't want to do that." Says, "Why are you doing that?" "I'm not doing it actually. This entity is doing that. It's taking over." But something. What is this? There's an awareness of this. Okay, and then it's taking over your speech. And so you're talking and you say, "It's very nice to." "I don't like you." "Oh my God!" You say, because some people, they have these things. You say, "Hello, how are you?" "It's nice." "I don't like you." "Go away, you smell." I say, "Oh, they take over this thing." And that's terrible. We don't want that, because you want to control what you want to control everything. And there's no, but still there's awareness of this. You see, can it control your awareness? You are awareness. Nothing can possess you. You cannot be possessed. What can be possessed is the idea you have of who you are, which itself is a possession, actually. The idea you have of who you are is not a strong thing. That can be changed. Anyway, it's changing naturally by the course of life. It changes, it gets modified, it grows, it becomes more mature, but it's still on the move. It's like a work in progress or something. It's always changing something. And there's awareness of this. There's an awareness which is constant, in front of which the sense of a life that you call yours keeps changing. You say, "Oh yes, I used to, you were a Muslim." "Yeah, I used to be, now I am Christian." But what is the religion of awareness? So as awareness, you cannot be possessed. You will look upon all these things, not theoretically, but actually, and see the nonsense of them. Most things in life frighten you more in their threat than in their actuality. There are many people who are so afraid to be attacked or to be mocked or something, but they've never experienced it. Actually, Nobody's ever mugged them. Okay, actually. But they're living every day as being victims of mugging in their own mind. You know, somebody come to the door, they look, oh, he's a mugger. He says, yeah, I'm coming to read the meter. Yeah, go away, mugger. Yeah, okay, because you have the projection inside your mind. And so already you are living in the suffering state of what you fear. So sometimes the fear is greater than the actuality. Maybe if somebody beat you up, actually, you're scared. Oh my God, somebody might beat me up. Then somebody does beat you up. Yeah? They give you a good beating. Then afterwards, you see, you feel very good. You may feel very good. Say, I felt the best. You probably don't tell people that because you're not supposed to feel so good after a good beating. And then we have an expression I grew up with. They say they beat the shit out of you. Isn't it? And then I understood. It's true. Sometimes they're trying with many mantras, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, to get rid of something. And a mugger comes, give you two good, and guess what? You're transformed. You got rid of your crap, like this. Okay? So the Buddha comes in many ways. Not your favorite Buddha, the mugger on the street, he's not the favorite Buddha, but works very quick. Wow, like this. You want to be sitting, light candle and incense. For 6 years I'm trying to get this. And a dog attacks you and bite your knees off, and suddenly you're awakening. So these things, they are coming, life send them. But as you say before, this thing, how can I stop this? Then I say, be the awareness. Be only the awareness. Because what happened in a moment like that, all the energy, all the attention goes to the crime scene. Everything goes into the imagery. And it's like, whoa, this is happening. And this trying to get inside me and it's going to take me over. But why don't you take you over? Why don't you look inside and see what it means to be taken over? What here can be taken over? Disease can happen and take over your body. And sometimes some people who are very liberated internally may have diseases that you would say, no, I don't want that. But they see that and they say that, this disease is even good for me. Even this disease is good for me. Myself, I also say, I have known many people, I prefer them when they're sick than when they're well. They are so much nicer. When you're sick, you're not arrogant, you're very humble and very soft and just light also. Sometimes they're very light and very easy, very nice. Yeah. But when they are well, they are very arrogant. They're like this. So I say, I prefer you when you're sick, isn't it? Sometimes the things that we're afraid of are opportunities for growth. They deepen something. They make you much more humble, more open, less selfish, more universal, less personal also. Pain can make you less personal. You begin to see the body as a mechanism of consciousness, maybe a physical form of consciousness. And the illness also as one of your teachers, they can come. Myself, I quite enjoy being sick. I'm sick inside your bed, the body is in a very poor state, but inside feel very good. Feel very quiet, very nice. It's just conditioning also. Sometimes sickness is your greatest healing. Isn't it? No need to be afraid. And these things, the sense about being taken over or something, when you look at them, what they mean, what does it mean? And put pictures to your thoughts, and then you see if it can happen. People are afraid of death. I say, why don't you do, I want to do a death meditation with the people who want to come. I'll have to lead you through this feeling. What is actually dying? Look. What is? Invite it, rather than push it away. Look at it also. Because otherwise we're living with a lot of taboos. a lot of taboos about things that also is part of the human experience, part of the wealth of your experiencing, that deepen our own profound awareness of life, appreciation of life. Don't stay on the surface. You're all of it. You're the wave and the ocean. They're all one thing.
Thank you, Muji. There was another dream I had about 3 months ago. It was actually when I was a nitrous on the dentist chair, and when I went, I saw you, and you said, ask about this thing about the observer and the observer behind the observer, and I heard you or the voice from myself, whatever it was, and I was then a tear coming down my eye, and the dentist walked me and said, "You're supposed to be laughing now, not crying, not in sleep." So, and then I remembered that it was very strong, and it comes up again and again that, like when you said that there's the two birds in the nest, one is doing, one is observing, and then you've also a few times said there's the other one that observes both. I've heard you also, but my question is really, you're always indicating us toward that final observer, but I think the question is to clarify what the role is of that middle observer, that most of us who are spiritual seekers are very familiar with that, because that had to awaken a long time ago, many of us, to question even ourselves and to be self-critical.
Once you come to what you're speaking about, which is the observing presence, the sense of presence. When I asked you just now to just be I am, but don't link it to anything else. And these exercises, they are immediate. You can find right now. I will tell you, come back next week and tell me, right now you can do it. You can see. Because your being is not hidden on the layers and layers and layers and layers of things like your mind would like to make you believe. Your being is always here. Everything is happening in front of your being. But simply because identification stabilizes in the personality, then it is as though you're experiencing life only from your idea of yourself as a person. And that itself is a limitation. All the while, your real self is here, almost undetected. It's not separate from you. It is you. You are it. But somehow something gets reduced and you are believing that you're only your learned self, your conditioned idea. That's all you are. That's what we believe. And I want to show the shallowness, the hollowness of this belief. It is a very small thing. And yet, if you don't find out, you will probably spend the rest of your life in this very small place. If I have anything to do with it, I would like to change that. That you see from your universal being. It is you're not going to become something else, something strange. In fact, you stop becoming and relax into being, in whose presence the sense of becoming plays. But it has no power like it does when you believe you're only a little thing, that life is operating on top of you. Therefore I say, don't just perceive yourself as being in front of consciousness, but also behind consciousness, watching consciousness acting in the role of personhood, as life, as change, as time, as existence. You're the witness of this. You better find this out soon. You better find this out soon. Why? Because you can. And also, nobody is attached. Well, I don't want to say, I was going to say nobody's attached to suffering. I think that's not true, actually. Many people are attached to suffering. Many people are attached to suffering. They put up with it because they think somehow they're going to, hit the jackpot one day soon. You see? Like the mind keep giving you little encouragements. Come. You're almost there. Oh, never mind. Come, another one is there. Come. And you're like this, going from nipple to nipple, looking for that deep satisfaction. So all this for me is illusions and delusions. Even when you say, show me how to come out of this, I said, even this is a delusion. You are not in it, really. But of course you'll argue with me and says, wow, what are you talking about? I'm up to here in it. I said, okay, let's see if I can get you out of that then. But ultimately, you, the self, are not in it. Presently, we deeply believe in our identity, deeply believe in the conditioning. And so, no matter God, even God himself he can't convince you. You see? Can't convince you because your identity is so firm that you are a sufferer, that you are the small self going towards the big self and all of this, which itself is an expression of consciousness. It is also an expression of consciousness, but it is not total. Nothing is total. Nothing that we perceive of, conceive of, attempt, believe in, none of it is total. Everything is partial. Everything is only a little piece. What is not just a little piece? Your real self. But it seems like it's the last thing you want to know. At least your mind want to. I say you because you identify your mind as yourself. And so whatever the mind believes and throws up, you think it is you. So this is why I say we are sleeping. And perhaps this is the real reason why all of this is called awakening. The great awakening, mean wake up from the dream. And not just wake up from the dream, the sleep dream, but wake up also from the waking state dream. I want to be in the presence of the Buddha. But you are hiding. I said, maybe it's not me, I wonder who it is. But it's you. I want to feel your real presence. I want to meet a true human being. Where's a true human being? It's right here. You even seen somebody wearing one of the t-shirts? Buddha, where are you? Is my question, where are you? You're producing yourself, I'm the Buddhi. I'm the Buddhi. I said, I want the Buddhi. Buddhi I know. The Buddha. Buddhi I know. Buddhi I know. Well, Buddha, where are you? How will you find the Buddha? We are so committed to our identity. Even in the highest satsang, still holding on to identity. What can I learn today? Maybe I can come a bit closer. All this is dream. All of this is dream. If I say I want to meet you, I really want to meet you. That's not even true. I don't even want to meet you. Why do I want to meet you? But if I'm going to meet anything, I'd like to meet you as you are. Because you with your stuff, we cannot meet many, many people. 7 billion beings, human beings, they say is alive. The people say that. I never count them. But they say 7 billion people are alive on the planet today. Contemporary human beings today. I say if it is 7 billion egos, it's too much. It really is too much. If it is 700 presence, it's good. It's good. It's good. It's more than we thought. But if it's 7 billion ego, if it's 7 billion bodies, it's a lot. But it's not too much. But if it's 7 billion egos, it's really overcrowded down here. And we don't want to send them to other planets to pollute other planets also. It is, if I say, what we are open to is a real meeting, and I say, but it doesn't involve your story. I don't believe your story. Your story is only for how you feel at the moment. And so many things are contributing to your telling of your story in this moment, which are not consistent. So tomorrow you'll tell me a different story, or a different version of something. So it's not true. So I said the least important part of this is your story, not the story. He said, but without my story, I don't have any credibility. I must come with something. I said, no. Can you come with nothing? said, but who do you want to meet then if you don't want to meet my story? I said, this is what I want to find out. Suppose nothing of what you, oh, I have a certificate in this. I said, yeah, that's very nice, but we don't need right now. I want to meet you. Your certificate, what you've done, not so important right now. You, who are you without these things? Because once upon a time there was not these things, but you were there, isn't it? Once upon a time, all that you're talking about is not original to you. They came after you. Okay? I want to meet you before these things, apart from these things. So what will we meet now? What will we meet? Today, now, you too. What will I meet? No story, no education, no skill, no your imagination, no your dream, your attachments. None of this thing. I don't want. There's still something there that's still attractive. I want to meet this one.
Just that emptiness that
Yeah.
you
Don't
took us into.
Don't tell me in words. Okay. Tell me in presence. The words is too easy. The words is too easy because in the words you can hide behind the words also. You see? So no, not the words. Leave the words. Can I see a face where there is no resistance, where there is not mistrust, where there is not attachment, where there is not projection, where there is no time, where there is no other? Can we meet like that? What will you have to do for such a meeting to take place? What will you have to leave aside? How much time will it take you? Why not today?
Thank you very much, Moji.
So is it goodbye or hello? We want to know. And also your questions, your answers is not important. Because what if you did not have a tongue and you could not speak? Would your realization be a secret? Is it the words we want to meet? Is there something you must undo? I mean, must you try and be empty? Can you do it? Can you be natural? You can't do it. What would you have to do? Supposing God came and says, "Come with me, honey, but leave you." What would you say? Just you give me a few months. Can you come? At least let these words, they expose something. They expose that we are still bound by time. We are still wrapped up in excuses. We are still feeling, I'm not ready, I'm not pure, I'm not deserving, I'm not spiritual. Why should it take you time to be you? Why should it take any time to be you? In order to be you, must you give up or kill the not you? So the one who is available somehow stew in my words. Burn up in them. Because it's a place where words cannot go. where concepts cannot go. They have no power there. Your fantasies, your projections, your good looks mean nothing. Let us meet here. Maybe you want to be something, but I am nothing. Can you be nothing? Or will you be something trying to be the best nothing? It is such communion, contact, introspections, questioning that causes the Buddha nature to flower, to blossom immediately without even a tree. You don't need a Bodhi tree. You don't need a Bodhi tree. A Bodhi tree takes time to grow. You're a flower that will blossom without a tree. Whose fragrance is never lost. And what I'm saying to you, there's nothing futuristic about it. Because future is just another excuse. Oh yes, one day I hope to. That's just another excuse. Right, one day you hope to be you. Are you not you now? How are you when there's no waiting? There's no next. Because the mind is always in the shopping mall called next. What's your next purchase? What's your next feeling? What's the next experience? How about if there was no next? There was just this. Would it be suffocating for you? Or for your mind? Do you know the difference between yourself and your mind? It is you who witness the mind. The mind cannot witness you. You can be without your psychological identity, but it cannot be without you. Who are you? With these simple contemplations, you'll come out of this sleep. For all sentient beings are snoring in this sleep. Oh, walking about well dressed, but fast asleep to the true.
Thank you, Muji. I've heard the alarm clock go off.
Very good. Very good. Very good. The greatest teaching must make you empty. It must make you empty. Or we like more the idea of being full. So maybe the fullness, which is not different from emptiness then. Because as long as we feel like we're the vessel for some bundle of knowledge or something, you will always be relying on some phenomenal thing. But the self does not rely on anything. It simply is. You simply are. This is your truth. This is your power. You don't have to do anything to be what you are. The ego is different. Ego has continuously need to be something. Continuously need to refresh itself, to renew, to somehow grow and change and become. But there's something that is not becoming. It simply is. Until the human being discovered this thing, then for much of the time we will experience a state of restlessness, not being able to come fully to peace, to contentment, to that unbroken joy. That joy and that peace, that love, is not cultivated. Only the ego tries its best to cultivate love, which is fine. It is also the expression of consciousness, but it is a slow road, a rocky path. Others can go directly through understanding, through introspection, and through devotion. Devotion is very much a part of all of this. Intellect is not enough. A philosophical predisposition is not enough. There must be a sense of devotion to the true. There must be a willingness to offer yourself up for the truth. Not merely to get truth. Nobody can get truth. Because truth is not an object, it's not a commodity that anybody can possess. Thank you.
I feel stupid already. When I think about myself, my inner self, I just get a feeling of love, just a large expanse of love.
Yeah.
And it feels a really good place to be. And when I spoke to you the other day, I said I felt I had this hole in me, big hole that I was trying to fill. I couldn't understand what he was talking about. I thought, this man's really off the wall, but I just look like I'm listening. And after I came away, I was thinking about it. I thought, well, he's talked for so long, he must have something to say. And I realised suddenly that I didn't have a hole inside me. The hole was me. And I've been trying to fill it for years and years, running all around the world trying to fill it. And I was shocked. I was like, you mean I've not got a hole? And it was a really beautiful kind of realisation. And then I suddenly thought, well, if I'm the hole, and the hole has got all the things in it I respect, like purity, all this stuff, then the person that's been trying to protect this is the problem. And who's that? And I thought, oh my God, that's me. And I thought that was my duty. My duty was to protect this space, to keep it pure and to fill it with more. But it was always enough. It was always enough.
Yeah.
And now I'm left with the dilemma of I've invested so much in this protector, and I spent my whole life protecting everything except myself. And I've got this protector now that seems to be obviously half crazy. And what do I do with it? I don't know how to get rid of myself. I can sense what you're saying. I can feel it. But still, it's kind of like this is who I am as well.
Yeah. The root of all of these things is identity. It is at the root of all suffering, of all pain. Identity is there. Identifying oneself only as a person is the cause of all of this. It is It is that intoxicating duality, the sense of being the person. It is a person sense that is playing as the protector. I have to protect the whole. The whole does not need protecting. When you know that, the whole becomes the whole. The whole becomes whole. When you think there is a whole, and then I have to protect this. You see? And in fact, I remember the conversation because I said to you, because you said that there's a big hole here, and there's something's trying to fill it. And I said, okay, what is inside the hole? And you say, it is pure, it is innocence. You said like this to me.
Yeah.
I said, then okay, fine. Then be the whole and forget about everything else. This is what I said
It
to you.
says I couldn't understand it.
Yes, I said to you there, be the whole and forget about everything else. And if everything else vanish, is there a whole? Then the whole becomes whole. You see what? Anybody understand what I'm talking about?
I do.
Yeah, you do. So this thing, you say, that was the whole, that somehow something feels, something arrives. I need to protect this whole. So who is this something that wants to protect the whole? You see, is it actually something, or is it itself a thought believed in? Let's slow down, because this is a very, very beautiful stage of our investigation. There's a sense of the whole, and the whole it was recognized when we had the conversation in Zimar, and it's now been understood at the same time now that the whole is holy. Actually, the whole is your holiness. The whole is peace. It is love, you said just now, like just love. Does love need protecting, you see? Does peace need protecting? Usually we go to peace and ask for protection. You go to love to ask for protection. Nobody tries to protect love. It doesn't need protecting. So where did this protector of peace and love come from? Except as an idea, believed in. But then you say, but who is the believer? Can the believer, I hope I don't freak you out with this question, can the believer, be identified? Because it seems to be existing somehow. Because even now we found a hole, and we find now the protector has lost his job.
Yep.
The protector has no job. So can the protector who has no job still be protector? Running around looking for something else to protect now. I just lost my job protecting holiness and love. Anybody else have anything to protect? Doesn't it merge now inside that love?
It does, but it's still this protector is out of a job and I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Now what? Who am I?
Okay, so now you're speaking as the protector. The protector is out of a job, and I feel lost. You see. But now I ask you, the feeling I am lost, is it a truth, and what exactly is lost? Don't just say the protector. If there is, you say it's the protector is feeling lost. Okay, so introduce the protector then. Really go into it and see if it is something tangible. Is it something actual, or is it thought? The protector.
It has to be thought. But it
you have
feels
to
very real.
Yeah, but you have to experience it. If you say it's a thought, you don't go very far. But you must get inside the suit. Put on the suit of this thought. Get inside and be the protector. See if you can do it.
Well, it makes me feel good, makes me feel a bit more powerful.
Yeah.
Here I am, I can protect you.
Yeah.
So I have an identity, I am the protector.
Okay, like Superman.
A bit like
Clark
that.
Kent.
Superwoman.
gets in and then Superwoman.
Yeah.
What is her name? Jane or something?
Something like that.
And then she gets in and then she's da-da, Superwoman or something. So this is not bad actually, because maybe this could be the one who has replaced the Buddha. Give us a moment. Maybe Supergirl, Superboy, Batman, not so much Robin, okay, is replacing the Buddha. I got a world to protect. I got to destroy the baddies. Maybe something like this. And this is a very exciting role because listen, I got a job to do in the universe. You know, maybe something is there like this. And Buddha is just peaceful. Say, Buddha, come on, the world is on fire. We don't need Buddha now. We need Batman.
Definitely. You see,
And now the protector, great protector, is out of a job.
Anybody want a bodyguard?
But the bodyguard also need guarding also. The bodyguard also is feeling vulnerable. Because if it's got nothing to protect, it feels very vulnerable. No job.
I feel broken with this. I feel like I really feel like I don't know anything.
And who is speaking now? Is it
nothing.
the whole? Or is it the protector? You see? There's two things. Inside me is the complete. Something is whole, peaceful. It needs nothing at all. But I can't protect that now. And now because I can't protect, which was causing a lot of pain as well, to fend off those baddies. There was a job. But then why is the protector out of a job?
Because I'm whole. It doesn't need protection.
Yes.
If I could develop that, then I'd be glad
Develop
to be
what?
rid of just that love, that emptiness. That.
But does it need to be developed?
Well, I just feel I'm not really much use, you know.
Who is speaking now?
Well, this is the protector.
Yeah.
And the other bit, it's only just put his head out and said, "Oh, I didn't even know you were there. Thought I was looking after you. Now you're looking after me. I don't know if I'm happy with this."
Who is saying this?
This is the inside of me is saying that.
Yeah.
You know, I feel this sense of wholeness.
Yes. So the inside is actually saying, relax and just
Yeah.
come to me. You see? But the protector said, no, there's nothing to do actually. Yes.
I'm busy.
Huh?
I'm busy. I can't sit around, you know, contemplating my navel and being nice and loving everybody.
Because you got what to protect?
I'm not sure yet. But I don't want to protect anything. The truth is, I want to be rid of this.
Yeah.
If I've come to this insight that...
But it's the same.
How do I get rid of it?
It's the same protector is speaking like this. All his voice. This is the same protector is saying, you know, like, now I'm out of a job. I feel broken. And, you know, what do I do? I mean, if I've got nothing to do, what's going to happen to me? And so this protector, I'm asking you, is it real?
No.
Are you real?
No.
Who really are you then?
God.
Yeah. No, don't give me an answer also. Don't give me an answer. Just go into the question, you know, and let the question work with the question. Who are you then? The protector is a strong feeling. It's been a role that something has been playing, adopting this role to protect what is already perfect. And now what is already perfect is seen. It is perfect. It doesn't need protecting. Is this protector an entity that we have to deal with now, out of a job? Is it real?
No, it can't be real, can it? But it feels like it is.
Yes. Who is speaking in?
Just fear that I don't know who I am now.
Yeah.
I thought I knew who I was.
Yes.
And it was uncomfortable but bearable because I had a job.
You had a status.
And now I just feel like I don't know anything. I feel empty.
Yes.
I'm hoping someone's going to make me angry so I can respond.
Yeah.
And nobody will, you know.
Yes.
They'll smile at me. I'm thinking, what's going on? Yeah. And at the same time, I know I've got this love and purity in me that I've just covered up. And I don't know how to kind of live with it. It feels too big, too innocent,
Yes.
too
Yes.
sensitive.
It is the identity itself is speaking. Identity itself is speaking. It's taken a commanding position. You are consciousness itself, actually, but speaking as this identity, the protector. It is taken the role of a protector. In another place, it might be taking the role of a victim. Maybe another place, it's taking the role of a savior. Another place is taking the role of a seeker. It plays all these roles. You see? And still it is saying, but I need all these things. And here it is not believed. It's not accepted at all that this is true. It's not, there's no, where is this protector? It's just a thought. It is just a thought. Now, whose thought?
Well, it was a good story while it lasted. You know, I mean, it gave me something to do. But now
No,
I don't know.
don't feel like it was a good story. Not such a good story, because it was fighting. And then now it realizes there's nothing to fight against. It feels out of a job. So maybe the job was just because it needs to fight. And now it doesn't need to fight. This identity, this role, it does not need to fight because it's discovering. But there's something that is already complete, and something inside me is already peaceful. There's something happy. I'm very joyful. But I don't know what to do with this. What am I going to do with myself? And I'm saying, who is this? I want to know, who is this? Can you introduce this one?
Introduce the self.
Is it the self? Is it the self? When you say the self, for me, it is the pure. It is the holiness itself. The holiness is not complaining. It is not out of a job. It doesn't have a job. It just is.
Yeah, I'm just scared. I don't know how to just
This
be.
again, this is just another idea again. Believed in. I am just scared. You are a consciousness saying, I am just scared. Scared of what?
Of being nothing.
Yes.
Of
Okay, go to nothing and then see if there's anything scary about it. Be nothing and see if there's something scary about it. Don't think about nothing. For a long time, you needed to be something, and to be something, it takes a lot of energy to be something. How much energy does it take to be nothing?
Don't know how to answer it.
Yeah.
I want to know. I'd like to know how to be that which I've always known was there. I've always known.
If you took the effort away now, if I took effort away, okay? I take effort away, all right? And I take the thought about the effort away. Take out the thought about what I had to do away from you. And effort away. Okay? Be with me now. I take the thought about, what I need to do. I want to know how to do this. Take that thought out. And I take the energy, the effort out. Okay? Don't think about it. I've taken it out. What is left?
Just a sense of nothing. Emptiness, but nice emptiness. And
Still something fighting.
it's hard for me to find it.
No. The me I've got. I take the me now. It's hard for me. This is a voice. I take this identity out from you. Then I said it's just emptiness. And here somehow something is still a little unacceptance of emptiness. For whatever reason, maybe we are told, don't be lazy. You got to do something. You're lying about whatever. I don't know where these voices come from. Maybe something inside just feels like I cannot just be empty, because empty is just useless, or something. Something is there, in there, scratching about. Don't identify it. Take this out also. Out. So let just empty be empty. Don't talk about empty. Don't have any opinion about empty. Just be empty. And effort to be empty, I take effort to be empty, because empty doesn't need any effort.
Yeah. It just feels just like a warm bath. Just don't have to do anything. Don't have to prove anything. Don't
Yeah.
have to fight anybody.
Yes.
I can just be who I am. But maybe people won't like me. Maybe it's not enough.
What
Comes
have you
in.
to prove? What have you to prove, even, you see? What have you to prove? You can never be so good that everybody like you. There's never ever been a being who was loved by everybody. Not even God. Okay? So get over it. You can do the best thing. Jesus Christ walked on this planet and did the best thing for humanity. And yeah, get him here. Okay? So, like this. You don't have to be so good. You don't have to be. Because actually your goodness may not be appreciated. The best thing is to just be true. And if it's not accepted, then it is fine, because you can only be true. But if you try to be good and it's not accepted, you may feel resentful. I did all this good and they never even said thank you. They're never ungrateful lot. They never, you see. But if you're true, you're not doing anybody. Yeah, I was true. And you were a lie. No, it's just you can only be true. You're not doing anybody a favor. You're just being true. You're true. Then if they say, "But we don't like you being true," you say, "Well, at least I know that. That's okay." If you try to be good, they say, we're not good enough." You try to be clean, they say, "You missed a bit." They'll point with dirty fingers and say, "You missed a bit." The consciousness will play like that because it doesn't need to be so good. It's missing the point. To be too good is missing the point. No person can be so good. Be true. And you're discovering the true. That it's not a doing. It's a recognition that the true already is. Cannot be made, cannot be helped. Nobody can help what is already true or perfect. It can only be recognized, acknowledged. You see, and you are that. This is what you're finding out. And something is saying, "Yeah, but I want to do something about it. I want to do something." So that may feel a bit of discomfort, a little bit for a bit. Some edginess want to come and do. I want to start a new campaign, but there's no more countries to fight for. There's nobody to save. Some part of the mind goes, "Don't like this. It's lazy. You cannot not do something."
I hear what you say, but for me, I think it takes me a while to digest things. It'll be after I'm on my own that it will reach me. So
Yes. It is okay. That's okay.
it's no words.
Yeah.
It's enough.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just want to clarify this moment with you. So there's me, there's a sense of me, and there's looking, and there's sound, and sensation in the body, and there's and there's you and everybody else. And that's all.
But that's all for everybody. It is spontaneously functioning like that. It's nothing you're doing. I have the sense of me, the sense that I'm sitting here, that we are all together. I can hear your voice. I can feel it's speaking inside me. I can see the other beings. I can have the sense that it's you and me and everyone else. It's true for everyone. It's nothing you are doing. There's nothing at all you're doing. Simply you're bringing it to my attention that this functioning is there, happening naturally. Nobody's job.
There's no unity experience like the first person that came to talk.
Yeah.
But there's no non-unity experience either. I don't know
Yeah,
whether
yeah.
you're separate to me or whether you're in me or whether I'm in you. I
Yeah.
don't know any of this.
Yes.
I don't know whether this is a dream or not a dream.
Yes. It is very good. You're speaking sense to me. What does sense mean? If something feels very compatible inside my heart. That is my sense. Okay? As if you're making sense to me, means that somehow there's a synchronicity. There's something that is a compatible thing. I'm not analyzing what you're speaking. It seems to be like water being poured into water. It seems very easy for me. Yeah. I don't know anything at all. I don't know if I'm dreaming this or this is actuality. I don't know if there's really you over there and me here looking at you. I don't know if I am appearing in you and you're appearing in me. I don't know these things. I don't know at all. And thank God, you don't have to know. You don't have to know.
But even this clarity, you had to show me this. You had to take away all the distraction. So the reason I've come here is maybe there's something else you can show me. Maybe there's some more clarity you can bring into this moment.
I think that because you say, I don't know anything, then that is the greatest cleanser I know. That cleans everything. When you say, I know, we have a lot of things to clean. When you say, I don't know, I can leave you alone. I have no word for you. I don't know. I don't know does not mean you're dead. Somehow along the way things arise and actions happen, reactions happen, interactions happen, but there's not a feeling, I know. Just somehow this functioning of life. But our education says it's not enough. It's not enough because I'm not special like that. I am not special, just functioning. I have to function much better than you. And then that is something, you see. So that competitive spirit is our ego. It's like that. But the functioning, the one who sees that but all is functioning naturally. No? When you pick up, oh yeah, but I function better than you because I went to Oxford and I understand what's going on for you and all of this type of stuff. And then I said, wow, okay. You go sit over there for a minute. Because we have nothing to do with each other. Like this. But you don't know anything, then I feel there's space in you for some momentary knowings which become non-knowings in a few seconds. That is fine. Then there's always space. The sky is always a sky, whether there's beautiful clouds or no clouds at all, rain, thunder, lightning, everything, the sky is sky. In all of its aspects, it is still the one sky. In all of the changing moods and everything, you're still the one self. And this I can enjoy. I don't need that the sky is always blue. No, my sky can change. It can be black and blue, it can be dark, it can be missing. It can be bright, luminous. It can be starry, no moon. Sun sometimes, hot, too hot, or it's too cold. It is all fine. Because there's not a need for it to be different. So there's space in you. What do I know about it? Nothing. When I know nothing about anything, I can let everything just be. When I know something about things, then I want it to be something like this all the time. And then you create a friction, a tension, because life is not that. The life of the manifest world is a flow. It's not a photograph. And so my fluid being is also a flow, that itself is life. I am life. But also I am the witness of life also. Witnessing of life is occurring also to me. Perception is functioning. But also the awareness of perceiving functioning also is there. What am I doing? Am I super educated? Not at all. I don't know anything at all. And I find somehow still things is fine. I want to go this way. Okay, let's go. No, actually I feel to go this way. It's okay too. Let's go. Now I want to go over the hill. Should we go? No, you go. I feel stay here. What's wrong? Nothing. Is this acceptable?
And in truth, even when you initially, I thought I knew when you said, "Bring your attention back to presence," but really, I don't really know what my presence is. It's just I would be lying if I knew if I.
But still, something follows this advice, isn't
Yes.
it? Isn't it? You don't have to know what the thing is, but something says, "Don't go with that for a moment. Keep your attention here." And somehow you didn't go and tie up your attention and drag it. You gotta come here. No, just like this. You didn't move. You didn't lift up a finger. You simply did it. But how you did it, you don't know. The voice says, "Don't go there. Keep your attention here." And what happened? It was done. You were not sweating afterwards. You're not saying, "Oh, my attention is so stubborn, I couldn't handle." No, it's just like this. But what is this attention? You don't need to know. Somehow something works and it feels, I was going out, I have the sense I'm going out, and then there was noisiness and this confusion, and a voice says, "Keep your attention here." And the attention somehow came here. And then there was peace, and there was silence, and there was joy. Like this. Sometimes you have a feeling that I know, and this is fine. And sometimes you have a feeling that I don't know, and this is also fine. Sometimes the feeling comes, I want to know, and that is also fine. Another time feeling comes, I don't want to know, and that is also fine. For me, I ask question. Sometimes you say yes, sometimes no, sometimes maybe, or perhaps, or I don't know. And I find each of those answers are right in their own way, depending on who is answering them. It's a very simple thing. Your beingness does this automatically. It doesn't have to go to university to do that. The only thing that steps in the way of this is too much trying to be something. Too much trying to be something. Rather than cooperating with the natural flow of your own being, you're being aggressive to push yourself into a shape that may not really suit you. Can you do this? Yes, you can. Will it work? No, it won't. It will work for a little bit, and then it will change, because it's not a natural shape for you. Like that.
And even when I ask, can I witness myself? Let me do it in this moment because I'm talking from. I can't witness myself. The witness cannot be witnessed. I am the witness. So, but in the past,
but that which says I, you say I am the witness. Yeah, it's very subtle. But if we can go a little bit more together, then it will be good. I cannot witness myself. You say, I cannot witness myself. Other things I can witness, but myself I cannot witness. I'm aware of witnessing, but is there somebody witnessing? Find out. What is the purpose of this question? Not that you'll find an objective answer, but that the idea you have of yourself as an object, and let's face it, all have idea of themselves as object. When you say I, it comes with an image, it comes with history, it comes with a lot of add-ons is there. When you investigate into it, you come back to emptiness. So what is my true form? What is my true form? And you find that I have no true form. Maybe I'm appearing as all the forms, but I'm absolutely none of them. I am uniquely none of them. I am formless. You will know this. This is not a teaching. You will see. The formless appearing as form. Perceiving form. But the perceiver of form itself has no form. This you may find out. Maybe not.
I can, I can sense that I'm formless, but I can't say that I am my formlessness is appearing as form outside of me.
Well, you know
I don't
something, you're
this.
in so much right company, because I'm not encouraging you to do that.
Yes, I don't know this.
I'm quite fine with you just being content and happy and silent. The one who is silent internally can say anything externally. The one who is silent internally can say anything externally. He can jump around like a monkey, but everything will still have a quality of silence about it. You don't need to say, yes, I come to this place and I can see that I'm the formlessness appearing in all the forms and so on. If I say that, let me say it. But if you don't feel it, don't say it. And I don't care to say it. I say it sometimes when a question is asked and I feel that this question is a true question, then it may come like that I may answer like that. That's one of my answers, one of my possible answers to this question. I have many hundreds of them. What is my experience? In the final analysis, in the final introspection, in the final experience, inner experience, what is most true? That you are something or that you are nothing? Please tell me. What is your actual experience? That you are something or that you are nothing? You have a shape. If you have a shape, is it an eternal shape? If it's not an eternal shape, you cannot say that it's your shape. You can say it's my shape for the moment. You cannot say that it's absolutely my shape, because you cannot keep any shape absolute. Only nothing is unchanging. Something is always changing. Does my words hurt you? When each of your actions, supposedly, your thoughts and your activities, cannot find any door behind them, no identity particularly, and yet the actions continue to unfold, to flow, in front of an intelligent principle or presence, then you will not find fear there. more likely a deep contentment, a joy, unexplainable, a peace, effortless, a love, unbound, a space, infinite. Everything I speak with you is now. It is already so. It is not a construction that it should be said in the future. It will be. It is already so. All that has to happen is the recognition of this, the acknowledgement of it, the confirming and verifying of this, which should arise naturally for you. Yeah, very good. Very good. Okay, you come and then, okay, we see. Thank you. Namaste.
The only thing I know is that I'm in Shiva's fever. Ears are not working. And there's a lot of pain. And honestly, when I'm sleepless, I do the self-inquiry.
Yes.
And it has the effect of a painkiller.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to say this to you because you said, don't use it as a painkiller. But
no, don't limit it. Use it by every means, but don't limit it only as a painkiller. Sometimes something feels painful, and we say, "Oh, who is feeling the pain? Who's suffering the pain?" Thank you. It's fine, but don't stop there. Now, who is relieved? Who is relieved? Who is so relieved? Then look. And you come back to a sort of emptiness. I use the word emptiness. Some people have difficulty with it. They say, but it's kind of like nothing. I say, yes, it's nothing from your standpoint of the mind, saying the mind only knows the nothing, which is a kind of negative state for the mind. But for me, emptiness is neither negative nor positive. It's pure. It means that it is not holding on to any particular concept. It is pure, spontaneous being. You see? Like that.
in my inner language is more the beingness.
Yes.
Being a midwife, it's quite close.
Yes.
This just being,
Yes. You spoke about this being in Shiva's fever, Shiva fever. Sometimes we call it Satsang flu. Many people, they come to Satsang, and as a result of just being present, even if you don't ask any question, but somehow your heart has been present, you're not just come here to kind of like entertain your mind, but something inside seems to be resonating. You may not understand word for word everything that you may hear. It doesn't matter so much. But something is responding inwardly to the energetic field of Satsang. And it is corresponding with you internally. You don't have to understand word for word. It's not an English lesson. It's not in Portuguese. It is just spirit. And so somehow you may find that you have no energy for a while. You can't. You feel runny nose and sore throat. You think, oh my God, what's happening? What's happening is something is curing inside you. Maybe some suppressed energies, some doubts, some confusion, some force, some suppressed memories or something. Then the satsang hits it and it starts to come to the surface, and it feels like this in the body. So I tell you this so that you don't panic and you don't label it wrongly like something is wrong. No, something's not wrong. For the first time, maybe something is really not wrong. Something is right. Sometimes it is right that you're sick. You see? Because if you are healthy with your delusions, that for me is sick. I want you to be sick with your delusions. They are coming out and you find yourself and you don't want to go out, you don't want to party, you just want to be sitting in your bed and sweating and stuff like that, and you can't eat any food and stuff. Because what? Somehow Shiva is healing you inside. Something is beautiful. And gradually something lifts out. And you find that the light returns to your eyes. The great inner space. A deep peace is present. A silence is there in your being. Because it's been burped out. So don't interpret these things wrongly. Oh, I went to Satsang looking for peace, and now my mind is in pieces. I went to Satsang, I expected that I look for some tranquility in my life, and now there's just chaos. Yeah, sometimes you come, big chaos. And you say, Muji, what can I do? What can I do? I said, nothing. Nothing. Just hand your existence to existence. Just let it go and find that thing which is not inside God's washing machine. Just find that stillness inside, and this, and that everything, and then fast spin. But there's something that is not in the bubble of that manifestation. There's a silence in you, and it's somehow like it's spreading throughout all your expressions. It's fine. Fine. You should say, thank you, life, for picking me up so intensely. Thank you, God, for drop kicking me. Thank you for throwing me into the fire. Oh, yes, what a fire. Yeah, like this. You say, keep your hands like that. Say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know what's happening, but I trust. I stay like this. This is very good.
Many years ago, I was in real, very, very high Shiva fever, and what stayed out of this experience is till the very, very last moment, the witness remains.
Yeah. Yes. That stillness. Sometimes you may have something may happen. One time I remember also had some intense food poisoning and pain in the stomach, and something but in the middle of this, nothing happening. I'm sure sometimes you experience pain that maybe is greater than the pain that would remove the body in another moment, but you're still there and still nothing is happening. There's a place where nothing is happening. The body is you see that the body is having this, the body is going through this, but something is not going through anything. It's just here. Don't overlook this, because if you overlook it, then panic may come. Oh, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Somebody call the doctor. Somebody call the doctor, please. Now. Doctor come. Nothing's wrong with you. But I'm dying. I can't find anything. Call me another doctor. Nothing wrong with you. Maybe they say you got a sore throat, you got a bit of a fever, but really, I don't think you're going to die. They say, okay, thank you. Nothing is happening to you. Except something is washing out what is not in service to your truth. Something is boiling out, frying, barbecuing what is not true. And you're going to be in bed for a little bit, shaking. Shiva shake. Shiva Shakti inside. And it's okay. It's good. And my only encouragement, keep your hands like this. Say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Even though you take your paracetamol, even though you take your Darolite, it's okay, but still say thank you. It's good. Nothing bad is happening to you. There comes a time when everything that happened, you can say thank you for this. Thank you. Because out of this, an expansion has taken place, an understanding, an insight has taken place because of this. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Wonderful. Very good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very good. Namah Shivaya Om. Okay, we'll have the last questioner here. Okay, come and see. Come, darling.
I just wanted to thank you that you showed me home the way which I call my innocence.
Yes.
I had lost so many years ago, and
Yeah.
I'm so happy about it. I don't want to say anything more, and I
Yeah.
don't want to tell any story, because now that I'm back in this innocence, I
Yeah.
realized that it was all not true.
Yes. Yes.
And this makes me happy, and even if I cry, I have this happiness inside, because
Yes,
there
yes.
is so much pain in
Yeah.
this body was all this time here with all these things going around that were not me, and now it can all come out, and so
Yes.
sometimes I cry, but I'm not sad, you know.
Very nice. We know this crying. This crying and laughing is not different.
Yes.
Sometimes
I know.
crying, then immediately laughing, and then crying, laughing, and still no identity. Everything's coming out.
And I'm just grateful that you are here, and that I learned that there
Yeah.
can be a living master, and that this has nothing to do with being unabhängig, dependent. Thank you. I
you,
even
very
lost the word now.
Yeah, very good. Thank you, my love. Very great. Look at that. Thank you, very good, very great.
Come all to Muchi.
Yeah.
I want to encourage everybody to come.
Oh, that was good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to. Very good, like you say.
Thank you. That's very good. Very good. You want to comment? Thank you.
I just would like to know your opinion about God, because in my feeling, I can understand what you say, but I think you spoke about the spirit,
Okay.
about we are the soul, we are the spirit,
Okay.
but the spirit is also, what is the spirit? The spirit is also silent, is love, is natural qualities in that. And they say something interesting. They say that the soul, it has a point that is eternal. There is only one form in the universe that is eternal, and is the point. And they also say that the soul is like a star, a point of energy. We are energy, awareness, no? And God is also as us, a point of energy. I believe there is communication, and I believe that why we meditate, or why we wake up early and try to have experience the true self and remind ourselves who we really are. Also God, maybe we have to remind ourselves our connection, it's eternal, it's already there, as you said. We don't need to make efforts, but still I think there is aims, no? There is the universe, there is movement, there is not only stopped emptiness. Maybe we are in a theater and we are really in the moment. God is remembered as the purifier. Maybe there is that connection with, when we think in God, we also experience our pure self. So because I'm in that part of not not 100%, but I have been a long time, and I am in that part of remembering God and trying to study things, connect with God.
Yes.
I wanted to ask what you think. If it's good or wasteful or...
Not at all, not at all, not at all. You have heard me use the term many times already. But God cannot be confined to the human imagination. You see? He cannot be confined to human being. Human beings have many different ideas about what God is. Isn't it? It is said God made man in God's own image. But man also made God in man's own image also. You see, so it is not something that is so easy, okay, this is question, this is answer, like that. Everything depends really on your own intuition, your own seeing, your own insight, which I may say, all of this is the activity of God. All of it. Nobody can live independent of that supreme harmony. No one has existence independent of that supreme harmony. That you may call God. So, I don't see much to debate about. I don't want to tell you about God. I want to introduce you to God. Okay? Yes, I don't want to tell you about God, because tell you about God is only maybe another idea. But I want to introduce you to God. And this is very different. Because when you introduce you to God, then you will not talk about God. Then you will shine also in the light, the radiance of God itself.
Do you think we should do something for that? Or there is any... Some people say be vegetarian, wake up in the morning, keep good thoughts. Shall we... These make us closer to God? It's obligated to do it?
Actually, it depends. From human being standpoint, God may be some way away. From God's standpoint, nothing is apart. From human being standpoint, God is far away, maybe don't even exist. But from the truth standpoint, from God's standpoint, nothing is separate. Nothing can live independent of God, what we call God. You see, which you can use the word truth if you don't like. Some people they'll be, oh, God, who is that? You know, you can use the word truth if you like. You can call it pure consciousness. God doesn't mind. Life doesn't mind. It's going to say, oh, dare you call me just truth? I'm God. And my name is Allah only. How dare you call me Shiva? No, I'm Shiva also. I'm also Adonai. I'm Ra. I am that which is called truth, or it is. I'm the absolute principle.
Do you think we can discover God by our own selves, or it have to come from Him? Introduction of what is the universe in reality. This is the true, no?
He is in you. Without Him in you, you don't know nothing at all. That which you are talking, if God doesn't do something. One man was asking one time, I don't know about life. It's like God is playing about with me. God is playing with me. I said, no, maybe God is not playing with you. God is playing as you. Then his mind said, never thought like this. So we have different ideas about it, and depending upon our idea, we'll create a sense of division or distance, or the distance will not be there. Better are those in whom the distance is not there. Then they are free. They don't feel like I'm on my way to God. They say, there is no me apart from that which you call truth. This is the embodiment of that. When you are come to that stage of seeing, your ego doesn't have much space to grow. You see? When you think that you are an individual, that you are autonomous, making your own decision, making your own life, then you'll run into a lot of complexities. And you ask a few questions and you ask me what I think. I'm not inclined to be into thinking about it. Why think when you can know? You can know. You can know. Not to think about God. You can know God. You can be God. Sounds blasphemous. Or to know, but to be. Oh my God, what are you saying? But not to be God, not like this. But God is expressing as all of this and through all of this. It is called truth, you can call consciousness, you can call the Brahman, you can call Shiva, you can call the beingness, you can call the absolute, you can call the pure principle, you can call the pure intelligence, you can call it whatever name you want. You see? Just like one thing is called agua in one place, water in another place, pani in another place, but it's all the same thing. It's just water. So the different orientations refer to the Supreme in different names, that is all. It's the same. And in each culture, it presents itself, whatever is compatible to the characteristic of that expression, then it will present itself in that form. But it is absolutely beyond form, yet it is immanent in form. It pervades all form, and yet it is also beyond form. You speak in this. We are speaking now. You speak in it. Everyone wants to hear what we are speaking. Yes.
So just everything that exists, there is nothing. There is always something that even a thought is already something, no? That
yes,
exists.
but let me tell you,
So
because if there was only ever something, you could not perceive it.
are we not eternal? And the things are all eternal, and they are already
Okay, which part of you is eternal? Because every part of you is changing. Okay?
changing.
So which part?
Changing, but not finishing. The body, no.
The body finish.
The body finish,
Yeah.
change.
The
But
body,
the-
recycled, maybe.
But how can we know him if we already not know him before?
Yes.
You know, how can we?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Yes, because him is in you.
I can. So okay.
At first, when you think you are the body, then he appeared to be other, like another body, holy body. When you realize the body itself is an object, being perceived by something which is not an object, you will not feel that God is distant.
But there are moments in our life that we experience being connected, or being more lucid, or more clear, or more
If I tell you-
perfect in that sense. So I think perfection have to do always with that idea of knowing the
Yes. There is a path in our life, natural to us, where we are continuously growing, expanding, learning, becoming more humble, more open, discovering more of the inner, more than just the outer. And this evolutionary movement of consciousness, of life, of knowledge, feels like there's a soul that is moving in time and space and through experiences and growing more closer and closer towards the source from where it come. That is one very valid expression of consciousness. But there's that also which knows that not I'm going closer and closer necessarily, but I'm losing my delusions more and more. That is another movement in a sense, but they both lead to the same. Yes, purifying, you can say, yes.
There is an idea that, I don't want to take your time, but there is an idea that say we were, if I need to be purified, it's because I am impure. And if I am impure, it's because my original nature is pure. What I want to say, it's like a cycle.
Yeah.
They say life, sometimes we were pure, we get impure.
When you
and
identify,
then the path to return, to
yes,
become pure.
all of this is in the domain of the mind. All of these journeys, they're in the domain of the mind. When we believe very strongly in our identity as a person, then the mind also takes on a greater sense of reality. And in the realm of the mind, where all the interrelated opposites, the play of duality is most strongly expressed, it will seem totally real for us when we believe that we are the body, we are the person, like that. When you come more deeply into the understanding and the experience of your own unity, such diversity will be felt more as a harmony, as a unicity, and this sense of distance from God will close. And my invitation to each person, I will talk like this a little bit. It is okay. The rest you must be experience. You must know, not just believe. Your belief must become experience. Cannot just stay as belief. You must come and to know. Satsang is where you come to know. Not to know and to turn it into kind of frozen knowledge, but to know, and the knowing which is being, that they are the same, the knowing and being which are one. Then all those questions, they will somehow slow down and merge into a sense of being.
What you are saying me maybe is also that I can only know the true when I become true myself. So I have to become the true, and then
as you are researching the truth, as you are looking into the truth, you are becoming true. You see, not that first you become true and then you find the truth. But as you are yourself looking into the truth, you are becoming the truth. The lies falling away, put it like that. When you look and you are discovering the truth, the untruth is parting company with you. And then ultimately you realize, but I was this from before. This is what you will see. You would not say, wow, I've developed nicely into perfection. You will not say this. You will say, but wait a minute. But this is simple. I always knew this, but I forgot. This is why I say this is already there.
we become like him.
Yeah.
Not him, but like him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you. Good. Can we have some music then, and to somebody who, anything here?
प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आन बसो तुम बिना लागे सुना तुम बिना लागे सुना खाली घट में प्रेम भरो प्रभु जी दया करो तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानो तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानो मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानूं प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आन बसो सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको अब तो आकर बांह धरो प्रभु जी दया करो
Although what we have been exploring a bit together and looking into, it is not felt by so many people to be an easy thing. Yet this is a mystery because it is the most simple thing. And yet human beings pass from situation to situation, time after time, with the same old struggles. And chiefly our battles is internal. They are not eternal, but they are internal. They are to do with our identity and the crisis of identity, and the ideas we have of who we are, sustained by strong belief, attachments, fears. All of these things seem to rule in some way the human kingdom. Why is the proportion so high, some say? Why not more and more people realize, if we are all this, why is it so difficult to realize? I cannot answer this question absolutely. say that in each state that we are, it seems totally believable to us. In each position we take, even though it's momentary, in that moment it seems absolutely factual, true. And yet intelligence shows us that everything is moving, everything is changeful. So those who come to satsang, I feel something must be moving in you to bring you to a type of place like this. That at least there must be some potential. And not just potential, all of potential, but the capacity to understand must be begin to ripen inside. That something of what you're hearing here, something of what you feel, some of what you intuit must be corresponding to your own stage in life, that you may come fully into that fullness of being, totality of being, the joy of being, the joy of presence, the natural silence, the natural space, the intuitive recognition that yourself is timeless. All of this can come. You see? But another aspect of ourself fights to retain a limitation, to present a notion of ourself which is very much time-bound, and to bring our attention and capture the attention into trivial things. This we have to overcome. We must overcome. When I said earlier, I would love to meet you, it's the only true meeting that's worth anything, is when you can meet without fear, when you can meet without identity, when you can meet without the need to be someone, without the need to impress, without the need to prove. That you will do only when you are yourself. Then you must find out what obscures my own self. And satsang is the discovering place for this. So, may you find what you are searching for, whatever that may be.